Sorry we're late. It's on me. I was parking the car and forgot where the building was.
Some technology issues,
yeah,
as we always do.
Me.
But that's comforting. So if you ever have trouble at home with your computer, your laptop, or your phone, just know that we have them too as a TV news station that also uses technology.
How do you fix your problems?
Well,
giant hammer?
Well, that sounds very expensive. That sounds like a replaceable issue.
But very cathartic at the same time. I mean, just...
They have those rooms where you can do that now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
The rooms you just go in and just start breaking stuff.
Yes.
You know what? My son lives in one of those rooms. Son of a...
AKA your house.
Welcome to 9 News Now, everybody. WAFB Plus on a Wednesday morning.
Yes.
And a Wednesday morning, you know, Liz, we've been talking a lot about this over the last number of days. Our mornings start out great here in South Louisiana, and then they just kind of, they peter out. A little bit of rain coming again. We'll dig deeper in that for you, but a little more rain coming.
That's been the story really for the last couple of weeks here, but we will take sunshine on the city, on the downtown Baton Rouge, where we can take it. But as Matt said, we're going to talk a little bit about your chances of rain right now. As you can see, all throughout the WAFB viewing area, even up for our friends in Mississippi, you're expecting between 1.7 and 4 inches of rain. Again, this is an estimate.
Over the next week.
You may not get that much rain over the next week. Hell, you might not even get, can you say that?
Oh, hey, FCC is like, you do your own thing on the online and the streaming. You do your thing.
You may not even get 1-2 inches of rain. So just be careful.
Absolutely.
This may be in and around the area. It's going to be spontaneous.
Yeah.
But as we've seen, sometimes it's going to be like a quick downpour of shower and then that's it. So this is not a severe weather threat, as Jared said this morning. So we'll take every bit of this.
The thing is, we have had the severe weather in our very recent past, right? And so the conversations for a lot of parishes, Livingston, Ascension, EBR, continue to circulate, no pun intended, around flood issues and drainage. And in Ascension Parish, for instance, where'd it go?
It's down there
it's everywhere. But in Ascension Parish and in EBR, the conversations are continuing. A new man in charge of drainage.
Bill Rue.
Exactly right. A familiar face.
He's the former head of DPW there. He is going to take in as the interim director because on Monday night there was a special meeting to kind of oust Parish President Clint Quintemont from the Drainage Board. Right. And so Bill Rue has said, you know, everything that the parish president had said that we were going to do, we're going to put a pause on that for now when I come in.
Right.
And try to he says his goal is try to figure out the best way to go forward with alleviating those flooding issues, whether that's making sure that those ditches are cleared, making sure the bayous and the swamps are draining where they need to. So lots of projects anticipated soon.
And what he's talking about sounds like, I mean, some big projects talking about massive flood plains, you know, those that are dry more often than not, but are able to, in those massive rain events, to take that kind of water and get it out of there. So that's very different than what we have seen around here, including in East Baton Rouge Parish, where you had Fred Rayford, the director of drainage for EBR, talking with folks yesterday. We don't really have that around here. We got, you know, creeks and bayous and that kind of thing. He was focused in on a few like Ward's Creek and Jones Creek yesterday with a kind of a public back and forth. But it's not just the topic du jour. It's the topic of the last number of years, really. Especially
since 2016, but now it's more imminent with people who, again, are flooding who don't normally flood. So as we learn more updates about especially in EBR with that $20 million budget, let's see what they're going to do next.
And that's just the beginning, you would hope, because it's going to take it's going to take a lot of money to get us where we need to be with all this stuff. Speaking of money, there's a number of things going on today, deadlines and things we need to pay attention to, including one, a child tax credit. It's not exactly a deadline. Actually, you missed one already, but if you have children, you get the child tax credit, you know, on the tax returns at the back end of the year. They're kind of reworking it to give you kind of spaced out payments every month or so. Yeah,
and this is as opposed to a lump sum in the child tax credits. It just depends on what you want, but if you want them spread out throughout the year, you're going to have to apply for that, and that's actually through a link that we have in our website, and you've got to let them know, because that come tax time, they really want you to have the right forms in place and have all that ready to go.
And the big thing here is, if you want to opt out of the advance payment, if you want to unenroll from that, for instance, they're asking you to jump on the IRS portal. You'll go through that, and you can unenroll from the advance payment. You have missed the deadline for that first payment, but you can unenroll for the next number of payments. And the reason they're saying maybe someone to do that, because if they're making substantially more this year than they did last year.
Yeah.
If you get these advance payments, that could really hurt you where you would normally get it filing your taxes at the back end. So if that's you, just jump onto the website, go through the portal, unenroll, and make sure you're not, paying out at the back end where you didn't think you were going to be.
Yeah, so make sure you just read everything before you sign and make sure that's actually what you want. Speaking of, there's another deadline.
Oh, yes, huge.
For parents and for college-bound students.
Hello.
FAFSA.
Yeah.
If you are interested in free financial aid from the government, tonight is the deadline to apply for that FAFSA form. 11:59 tonight is when that application closes.
Yeah. Now this is for 2020, 2021, right?
2020,
2021.
2022.
And I remember us doing the story this morning, and it is that deadline quickly approaching for college, university, and soon-to-be students, obviously, looking to figure out how am I going to pay for this?
Right.
We talk all the time about the college debt, university debt, student debt in this country.
Yeah.
And so the ability to maybe get a little bit of that and get you going in the right direction. But again, the deadline, as you mentioned, tonight.
And remember, after tonight, you have no more opportunities because the site is shutting down for maintenance between midnight and 4. So if you are a parent who says, my kid will get scholarships, don't bank on that. This is a free application that you might as well just fill out while you can. The worst they can say is, no, we're not going to give you any money. But you can get Pell Grants. You can get any type of money, free money from the government. So it is always worth it to apply.
You think there's any purpose to deadline at 11:59? We're going to shut everything down for maintenance right after.
Very intentional.
You think?
Yeah. For all those jokers who came in and said 12:01, haha,
Yeah, no.
I can apply.
Maintenance,
No. Central Time, they're shutting that down too. So.
Yeah, no kidding. So just a big heads up. Speaking of jumping online and making an impact, deadline for this in our part of the world. Actually, deadline today.
If you have any food donations that you would like to actually bring by, physical food donations, remember, today's the last day to bring them by any Baton Rouge Clinic location, the actual Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank there, off of Choctaw, and you can also make a monetary donation.
Right here. Very easy.
It doesn't have to be $100. It can be $1, $5. Remember, they can make that dollar stretch further to feed way more people than you and I can.
And that's why, I mean, look, when it comes down to it, they will take anything you want to give. The monetary donations really help out because that can of beans that you're able to donate, right? Okay, that may be able to help, one child, one family. Meanwhile, if you donate that $1, they're going to go get multiple cans of that. So they, like you said, they have that ability to stretch. But trying to make it easy. This is the summer food drive because a lot of times during the summer months, those kids who, and those families who rely on the school lunches, well, what do you think happens during the summer? Exactly. So these summer food drives are very important. So this is kind of the last day, as Liz mentioned, to drop off in person for this drive. But as always, there are ways you can donate online and just donate that money, $10, like you said, $10.
Year-round, the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank needs your help to make it happen. 1 in 5 children.
That's incredible, that number.
I know, are food insecure in our state, in our region.
The great United States of America, the big bayou state down here. And when you talk about that kind of number, that's sickening. It really is. Our inability to feed our own. And a lot of work to do.
Could be the solution.
Yeah, look at that. Absolutely
Please
could.
help out if
Really
you
could.
can.
Coming up, we're right around the corner. 4th of July holiday right around the corner.
Yes, indeed.
One of the things we talk about all the time is safety.
Yeah, so we talk about this every single year.
We do. We
and
need
still the statistics show that people do not want to follow the rules, want to blow off fireworks illegally. Holidays are a time where families get together.
Sure.
Alcohol is most likely involved.
Yeah, some
Fireworks are most likely involved. Those two do not mix well.
Not normally.
No.
The national studies come in and it's like 12,000 plus every year during the 4th of July end up in emergency rooms. So not just like little minor dings where it's, hey, put a Band-Aid on it. No. Emergency room visits for the 4th of July holiday. Please don't let that be you. Liz mentioned the alcohol. I mean, come on. Look, we're not simps here. We know that's going to happen.
Right.
But stay away from the, explosive devices while you're doing that. Keep the kids away. Yeah. And oh, by the way, pay attention to where it is illegal. And in South Louisiana, you got a number of places where it is. Most city limits, obviously. All of EBR, it is illegal to light off the fireworks, but you'll still hear them popping. My gosh, please just be careful with all that stuff.
Yes. And the problem here is that, it is illegal in EBR. It is illegal in most of the WAFB viewing area. And you're going to say, well, I don't care, I'm going to do them anyway. Just be considerate of the pets, of the veterans in your area who are very traumatized by this, because it's awful to hear that sound when you don't expect to hear it. July 4th, you do anticipate to hear it, but July 3rd, July 5th, 6th, and 7th, you also hear that residual of people trying to blow off whatever they bought.
Right.
So just be considerate of your neighbors. Be a good human being.
Be a good human being. Exactly.
It is your sage advice every single day.
It's so easy. Be a good human being. But yeah, we were talking about that earlier this morning.
It's very annoying.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, again, illegal in EBR, but you expect it on July 4th, so
Right.
you kind of get ready for it. But yeah, you're right. I mean, think about the veterans. We get those emails. Could you please send out the
Warn
notice?
people.
Gosh,
We
it's just so
are.
bad. We're
We
trying.
are.
Trying. Please, and you can play a part. Enjoy the professional shows. A lot of those will be coming back this year after a year where everything had to get kind of shut down. All right, so as mentioned, as promised, we were going to be talking a little bit more about the weather. Jared Silverman, meteorologist Jared Silverman, in this morning with us. Always good to see his smiling face.
Indeed.
But again, it was so funny because we were talking about, drying out with a 40% chance of rain.
Hey,
that really is crazy.
I know, right? 40%.
I know.
Hey, 40% is the lowest we've seen in the last couple days, if not a week. So we will take that. That means less than half of a chance that we will see rain anywhere through our viewing area. And if we're able to pull up exactly those rain chances for our friends watching here on WAFB+.
Show you a little bit here.
Yeah, again, estimates. These are rain estimates over the next week. This is not a severe weather threat. This is not torrential rainfall. It's not supposed to sit. It's just supposed to be these kind of pop-up storms that pop up out of nowhere. And so this is a little bit of what we're expecting, but again, this is not the exact what's going to happen. So just a heads up, if you are expecting rain, just carry an umbrella and the WAFB weather app with you, because it might be a little bit wet throughout the day.
A little bit of that. Do you see the world of sports going on right now?
Yeah,
this is interesting. This is interesting here.
Are we talking about?
This is interesting. Yeah. Well, yeah. The big news all over the place. Obviously, one more game to be played in the College World Series. LSU would very much like to get back to playing for that kind of a title. This is interesting for LSU and probably a lot of baseball teams, right?
Whose coach just came to
Exactly.
LSU?
So Jay Johnson, we know he's about 2 days into his tenure here at LSU baseball. His former stomping grounds, Arizona. 12 Arizona baseball players entering the transfer portal, including some absolute all-stars. Where do they end up? Do they follow their coach? Do they try to follow their coach? Do they go anywhere else? A lot of eyes right here on this.
Is it going to be like the Kim Mulkey effect?
You talk about that, right?
You can't help but think. Like,
what?
Right.
So it's been some big hires here at LSU recently.
Yeah.
I mean, Kim Mulkey, obviously the jewel in the crown, most recent. But also mentioning College World Series, Game 3. I mean, this is it.
I cannot believe.
Final game.
It has been stretched to a new week.
Yeah.
But this is exciting. This is what fans like to see, like you said, especially if those are your two teams.
Oh my gosh.
You want to see them go back and forth. And tonight is what winner takes all.
Winner take all. This is Game 3 of the College World Series Championship Finals. Mississippi State and Vanderbilt going at it. Whoever wins it gets the title. Actually, whoever wins it gets win number 50 on the year. 50 wins on the year they're going to get. So it'll be fun. For SEC fans, it's fun to see. Is it Hail State? Is it the Doors? We shall see. Vandy throwing their other ace tonight, Kumar Rocker. Can the dog Sticks find that zone and be able to tag in on him? We'll see. Can State shut down the Doors? We'll see. 6 o'clock first pitch, I believe. Of course, last night it got delayed. So just keep that in mind. So we'll see. Huh? It's going to be good. Talk about it tomorrow morning. We'll talk about it tomorrow morning.
Yes. But in the meantime, today on WAFB Plus, 1 o'clock, you can come back for a special Jacques Talk. He's going to be here on WAFB Plus, as he is every Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Tomorrow, you should eventually, on Thursdays, be getting some 9 News investigators debriefing of behind-the-scenes look of their investigations. And then Friday,
what's up?
Kylie.
Louisiana weekend all the time, getting you ready for the weekend. This weekend may look a little bit wet.
Another wet holiday weekend.
You're right. A number of those really have been recently. So, but she's going to step you through it, all the things you need to know right here, WAFB Plus, all the places you can find us.
That's it. In the meantime, come back on the Mothership, 9 News at noon with Scotty and Jared. It's going to be a good day as we expect a less than half chance of rain.
40%.
So just be prepared.
We're just doing nothing but winning.
We'll take it.
Winning.
I love it.
Bye now.